Welcome to our annual Halloween episode. I am Effie Trinket.
And I am Caesar Flickerman. Welcome to our annual, like she said, annual MSU Inside episode, Halloween episode.
Yes.
We have a great show planned for tonight. You'll be talking to MSU's athletic director about his donation to the KMSU auction.
Yep.
I'll be talking to Minot State's assistant women's basketball coach about their game last night and what to expect in this upcoming season.
And Emily will be talking to a Rocky Horror film campus player, man, so we'll see what that entails. But first, taking a bite into some news is Josh Sandy.
All right, thanks guys. And this Halloween, I'm just hoping that it's true that everybody's crazy about a shark-dressed man.
I believe it.
The time has finally come. Halloween at the Dome will take place tomorrow night from 5 to 8 and is open to all Minot community members. MSU clubs will be set up in a variety of fun booths, providing candy and entertainment for children of all ages. This event is put on by the MSU Student Council for Exceptional Children and the Optimist Club of Minot to provide a safe and comfortable environment to trick-or-treat. The video game world isn't shy about horror and thrills. Elizabeth Ham has more on the spooky and the scary.
This week's gaming news focuses on all things that go bump in the night, specifically scary video games you have to play with the lights on. The indie developer Scott Cawthon recently announced that the return of his animatronic creations with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Fans know Five Nights at Freddy's is the game where a new night security guard tries to make it through 5 nights at work while animatronic animals try to hunt him down. The new Five Nights at Freddy's 2 will bring some of the same characters back, introduce some new ones, and give the player some new mechanics to try to survive the night. The game is currently scheduled for a 2015 release date. Another horror sequel is on the books, Outlast 2. The game will continue the survival horror experience for Outlast fans and will take place in the same universe, but with different characters and settings. There isn't much more information about the new Outlast game as the developers are still formulating the plot, mechanics, and the overall thrills of the game, but you can bet the game will be just as much of an emotional roller coaster ride as the last. Now, enough of the tricks. Here's a treat for Xbox fans out there. Starting next week on November 2nd, Xbox One will be $50 cheaper until the end of the year. The new price will be $349. The new price also includes special edition bundles with games like Assassin's Creed Unity, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and Sunset Overdrive. You can check out Xbox.com for more information on the sale. That's it for this week's Probably Gaming News. You can check out more at probablygaming.com. I hope you all stay safe this Halloween weekend. Until next time, I'm Elizabeth Ham, and I'm Probably Gaming.
And Probably Gaming will be back next week with more video game news, but don't worry, it won't be quite as scary. Last weekend meant business for some MSU students. I visited NDSA to watch our student leaders in action. The North Dakota Student Association met at Minot State University this weekend to discuss lobbying goals for the upcoming legislative session. Friday night's presenters included John Bacchus, formerly of the State Board of Higher Education, Terry Jelmstead, current Vice President of the SBHE, and Minot State University President, Dr. Steve Shirley.
We've heard anyone else with that, so I decided to sit out this meeting. But he did say that if anyone has any questions...
NDSA President Connor Swanson is very excited about the impact that NDSA will have on the state this year.
What NDSA does, it's the conglomerate of all of the 11 higher education institutions in North Dakota where we get together and discuss student issues. It's represent the 48,000 students in North Dakota on different issues such as tuition, different things such as we're doing different books, scholarships, different issues that can arise during the legislative session and beyond, speaking with the members of the government in their state.
At NDSA, I'm Josh Sandy. And next month's NDSA will be held in Fargo on NDSU's campus. Madness will take its toll tomorrow night when Campus Players presents the annual Halloween night showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The humorous tribute to science fiction and horror movies from the past is a cult classic, and the movie promises to give the audience an interactive experience.
We encourage wearing costumes to it. We're selling prop bags for $3, otherwise it's free admission. You just come and you watch the show and you do activities during the show, and it's just a good time to hang out and see everyone in costume and just get to know the show.
Doors to Alshire Theater will open at 11:30 tomorrow night, and costumes are encouraged. With more on the Rocky Horror Picture Show, we have the always lovely Emily Madolin standing by live.
Thanks, Josh. So, as you said, the campus players are getting ready for Halloween by having the Rocky Horror Picture Show here on campus tomorrow night. And with me, I have Josh Snyder, who is a campus player, to tell us a little bit more about that. Thank you so much for being here with me, Josh.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, first of all, kind of give us the lowdown on what this whole thing is all about. Why is it kind of such a unique theater experience?
Well, it's one of those things where the audience can participate in every little thing. We sell these prop bags. It's $3 for a prop bag, $2 if you come in costume, or Halloween costume, or costume of the show if you know the show. And then there's prop bags. These prop bags have different props and have a list of what each one is for. And you can use them either throw out the audience screen, throw at each other, make confetti with them, whatever. And then there's parts where you can come out on stage and dance with the musical.
So they just kind of get up and go do that? They throw it whenever they want?
Kind of, yeah. There's usually points during the show where someone will say, now this, or like, now that, and then, or there'll be like a leader and you all follow the leader type of thing.
So would you say this is a kind of production for people of all ages? Is it more for an older crowd, or?
More of a mature audience, more dedicated to older students or teenagers, 16 and over, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay, so why is this kind of such a fun thing for you guys to put on every year for Halloween?
It's a little bit different than what we usually do. Part of the audience participation reason, and it's at midnight, which is a big deal. Usually most of our shows are more earlier in the evening, and this is later on, which is kind of a pretty... Yeah.
Right. So you guys kind of, this is a movie, right, for people to just watch. So what do you guys do to prepare for this? I mean, do you guys put together those bags? What are you guys doing during the production, kind of in the background?
Usually it's kind of planning on every little thing. How much prop bags do we have? Is there enough? Pre-watch the movie. Kind of, there's little say-ins as part of the movie that everyone kind of does, and so they kind of rewatch the movie to memorize those little say-ins and to kind of yell it at the movie.
Okay, so what would you want to say, I guess, to everybody watching right now to kind of get them to come out and check it out and see why this is such a fun thing to do on Halloween?
You get to throw stuff on stage. It's more than fun enough, and you get to dance in front of everyone. And there's usually a lot of like Easter egg hijinks, I'd say, as part of what some of the people in the theater will do.
So what is the movie kind of about? Is there a plot line? Is it just kind of Halloween weirdness? I mean, what's the...
It's I would say very fun musical type of show. Basically, this couple, their car breaks down and they're stranded at this sort of really nice castle with this doctor who experiments on people, and it results into this really fun sort of mysterious show.
Awesome. So just lastly, kind of give us the details now. What time, when to come, when to show up, what the fees are, stuff like that.
11:30 our doors open and the show starts at midnight. $3 for prop bags, $2 if you have a costume on. It's free admission. If you don't want a prop bag, you just come in and free, and there's over 200 seats to fill. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today, Josh. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Emily. And joining me now is Rick Hedberg of the MSU Athletics, and he is talking with us about the KMSU auction, which is coming up December 4th. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And the athletic department is donating 2 tickets for every package. And what tickets, is it for any sport?
Yeah, basically 2 tickets will go into each package for our basketball season this year. So those will be 2 individual tickets people can bid on. So.
Okay, and the season tickets for the basketball are coming up as well, or?
Yeah, I think a separate package will include 2 season tickets for the basketball season. We actually our women open up November 14th here, and so we get the season going. I think the men open up November 23rd at home. So they both played last night. I think we have Coach Chaffin on later here today.
We do, yep. It should be interesting. They did really, really well, so it's great to see.
Yeah.
And I know also with the donations, you guys are throwing in a camp scholarship. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we usually include a camp scholarship. We have many summer camps, I think in the sports of basketball, wrestling, soccer, football, all during the summer. So that one obviously isn't redeemable till next summer, but the camps are real popular. We have about 2,000 kids that go through each summer through our camps. So I think that'll be a hot item.
Absolutely. And it's just a summer camp though, right?
Yes.
Okay. And said over 2,000 students. How do they come from all over?
Yeah, you know, we have camps starting with kindergarten and through grade 12, and start usually. You can actually get on our website right now to MSUBeaversCamps.com and see the dates and different grade levels and different sports and so on.
And how's the transformation from Division II going along with this?
Yeah, it's you know, we've done pretty well with our transition. You know, it's we got into a good conference, but all this stuff really helps getting kids involved and getting them on campus, and that's
Absolutely.
a big part of it. So.
And is there any requirements, any age groups, or how do?
No, it's pretty much open. I'd suggest getting on the website. People can register on the website, but it's open from kindergarten through grade 12.
Okay, very
Boys
cool.
and girls.
Boys and girls, excellent.
Yeah.
And what's the website again?
MSUBeaversCamps.com.
MSU Beaver Camps. Okay. Very cool. Again, that was Rick Hedberg, and all of these things, the tickets, the season camp, can be found, well, first in the KMSU auction, which is live here on Channel 19, December 4th, and then also online as well. So thank you, Rick, for being with us.
Thank you.
And coming up, we have lots of great things to look forward to. We have Nolan with some sports, and then Jesse's interview with a women's assistant basketball coach. And will we need a jacket for trick-or-treating? Chris will tell us, and we'll find out.
You are underwriters.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
All-American Trophies, established in 1983, located on South Broadway for all your trophy and screen printing needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies, located on Main Street.
Digital Office Center, offices located in Minot and Bismarck, provides a complete line of Xerox equipment, supplies, and other services.
MSU Hockey Club, the 2013 ACHA Men's Division I National Champions. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics Department, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Red and Green, Minot State University's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest under one roof to connect like-minded individuals.
Creative Property Management, over 45 years in managing properties and finding tenants the right home.
Be seen, be heard on the Alshire, Black Box, and Amphitheater stages. MSU Theater, where we tell the world's story.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Fiancé Bridal, located downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Pepsi of Minot, the local Pepsi-Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, Bottineau, and Hettinger.
Rick's Jewelry, where you'll shimmer and shine.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agency handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
97 Kicks FM, today's hot new country.
KZTR FM, Minot's rock station, 105.3 The Fox.
KMXA FM, Minot's best music mix. Mix 99.9.
Jacobson Music, family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Beaver Brew Cafe, a coffee shop run by MSU students in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Minot Automotive, offering a superb selection of new 2014-2015 and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota models.
Uncle Mattio's, a place where everything is fresh, from pizza dough that's made in store each day to locally grown veggies that are delivered every morning.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMC, local news, weather, and sports.
Ike Keatings, providing immediate sleep and furniture solutions for individuals, families, and commercial properties.
We're back here on MSU Inside Out, and still plenty to get to tonight.
Yes.
I'll still be talking to Minot State's women's assistant basketball coach.
They did so well.
Yes,
too.
a big 29-point win last night.
Mm-hmm.
Good start to the season for sure. So we're going to get more into sports right now as we bring in Nolan. Nolan, a lot going on in sports, especially in baseball. I know Minot State had a fun game last night, and there was still even really big game last night.
Yeah, the World Series Game 7 took place last night, but of course we'll get to that later. Start things off with a little bit of campus sports, and after a big win over Minnesota Crookston, the Minot State football team will hit the road this weekend looking to start a streak. Marcel Brinson offers a more in-depth look at the Beavers.
The Beavers got off to a fast start in Saturday's game against Minnesota State Crookston, which was something head coach Tyler Hughes stressed all week. Coming into the game, the Beavers were last in the conference in forcing turnovers, but on Saturday, they had no problem doing so. The Beavers forced 7 turnovers to help them win the game. Coach Hughes talks about how important forcing turnovers are.
Well, they're huge. You know, I mean, any football coach will tell you, any stats show that the turnover ratio is the #1 statistic that dictates wins and losses. And so we were able to generate a bunch of them. And that obviously assisted in the win. We had talked about in the locker room that we were able to get 50 points, but a lot of that was because of those turnovers and great defensive plays.
Saturday afternoon was Minot's first win of the season and first win under head coach Tyler Hughes. And it won't be their last one. Coach Hughes talks about how momentum plays a big part in football games.
Get momentum on your side. You know, you strike first is what we talked about as a team, and you get that momentum. And college football is huge in that regard. You know, the teams that have momentum continue to make big plays, and so we had it with us, and we're able to maintain it for the most part throughout the entire game as a result of that fast start. So it was big. It definitely was key to the win today.
Follow the Beavers on the road this weekend as they will look to capitalize on their momentum as they travel to Minnesota State University Moorhead on Saturday. Reporting for KMSU Channel 19, I am Marcel Brinson.
Again, the Beavers will travel to Moorhead this weekend. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And with the Major League season coming to an end last night and Halloween being only 1 day away, the Minot State baseball team decided to have a little fun between the baselines last night. Keith Ailes has more.
As the Kansas City Royals and San Francisco Giants were preparing for the biggest game of their season on Wednesday night, the Minot State Beavers are putting in a different kind of work on the diamond. Joining in on a spooky craze that has been sweeping across college baseball the past few weeks, the team threw together a Halloween-themed scrimmage.
Well, you know, we've been working hard. The boys have been working real hard during fall ball, so we wanted to have the opportunity to have some fun. You know, a lot of other teams around the country do it. I know SDSU, I think, was the first school that ever did it, South Dakota State. So, and their videos on YouTube, it's always super popular. So we wanted to have some fun and let our guys do it too.
With appearances from Richard Simmons, Power Rangers, and even a power-hitting penguin, head coach Brock Wepler said he was impressed with the costumes the players came up with.
Oh, I think it's great. I think it was pretty creative. Like I said, for 2 or 3 days notice, I think that's pretty good. You know, hopefully it's something we can continue every year and gets a little more creative every year, and we get some bigger, bulkier outfits. Seems a little bit funnier when those guys are up hitting or something. So, but I think it was fun. Good night. You know, good team bonding activity, and you know, something to have fun with.
All in all, it was a fun way to end the fall ball season and give a warm welcome to the Halloween season. For KMSU Channel 19, I'm Keith Ailes.
Also, the best costume was rewarded with a gift card to Shields, which was won by Jesse Gertzen, who was dressed as Richard Simmons. And sticking with baseball, Game 7 of the World Series took place in Kansas City last night. We'll join this one in the fourth, tied at 2, as Michael Morris has an RBI single into right field. That's the go-ahead run. Giants lead 3-2. Down to the bottom of the fifth now, Madison Bumgarner out of the pen. He Ks Lorenzo Cain and Omar Infante to end the inning. Into the bottom of the eighth, Bumgarner then Ks Alcides Escobar and gets Lorenzo Cain to pop up. Bottom of the ninth, Alex Gordon with a single into left. It gets by Gregor Blanco all the way to the wall and muffed at the wall by Juan Perez. Alex Gordon will be standing on third, 90 feet away from home plate as the tying run in the World Series for Salvador Perez. But Bumgarner gets him to pop up on the third base side to none other than Pablo Sandoval. And the San Francisco Giants are the 2014 World Series champions. Their 5th title in a row, or third title in 5 years. And of course, Bumgarner was named World Series MVP for good reason. Tip of the cap to him.
Oh, of course.
As he was literally untouchable in the postseason. 2 wins and a big 5-inning save.
I wasn't surprised to see him at all last night, but to see him go the last 5 innings was really impressive.
I didn't think he was going to go 5, but it was fun to watch him as much as I wanted KC to win the series.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Nolan.
Yep.
Sticking with sports, but moving more local, Minot State women's basketball team got off to a good start last night when they beat former NAIA opponent Dickinson State. And joining me now is women's assistant basketball coach Sean Cheffin. Coach, thanks for joining us.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
So good start to the season last night with a 77-48 victory over Dickinson State. What do you take away from that?
Oh, we take away a lot of things. It was nice to be able to actually get to play against somebody else besides ourselves. This year we decided to play 3 exhibition games instead of doing a scrimmage. The NCAA allows us combination of 3 exhibitions and scrimmages. Normally we do a scrimmage and then 2 exhibitions. Dickinson had a couple games under their belt, so we got to get some jitters out, and it was good to do that, and saw some good things, but a ton of things to work on for sure.
Absolutely, and it's going to happen over the first few games of the season. You want to work out those kinks and stuff. Big name you lost last year, Carly Bogue, just player of the year, and she won plenty of awards.
Yep.
How do you go about replacing her?
Well, I think it's a collective effort. We're not looking at any one of our players to step up to be Carly Bogue. We think we have a couple players who could do that, but we're thinking more collectively. We need more production out of 4 or 5 players, plus a couple more off the bench to do that. And I think we're a little bit deeper than we were last year, and we will be able to do that.
So I know you're mostly in charge, do a lot of recruiting stuff for the women's basketball team. I know there's NCAA rules, can't talk specifics about recruits and stuff.
Right.
Can you just give me a little bit of what you did to bring in some recruits?
Yeah, recruiting's really a long-term process. It's about building relationships and getting kids excited about Minot State University. Most kids we start recruiting as juniors. That's when we can legally recruit athletes. We know about them a little bit earlier, but during the off season we're out and about watching kids play. AAU circuit is really big for us. Literally the entire month of July I'm on the road for anywhere from Portland to Chicago to Las Vegas to Dallas. Coach Girding goes to Australia. And then building those relationships and getting those players interested in Minot State University.
So now you bring in those kids and you have your first game last night. You get a good start to the season. What are you looking forward to build on now?
Well, we got to get crisper. We had a lot of turnovers. We had, I believe, 22. That's way too many. And we also have to shoot the ball a little better. We missed some bunnies, and we worked on that today in practice. Going to the rim with the blocking bags, we're hitting them on the way in, and we got to finish those a little bit better. Then we got to get more crisp on offense, and then overall defensively, we got to play a lot harder. Dickinson got some easy things on us that they shouldn't. It's just a matter of just being a little bit better, crisper, and playing a little bit harder defensively.
Being an assistant coach, you're not really in a lot of the spotlight, but you've been a head coach before, down where you were at Great Falls and in Montana. How does that help you with your coaching style now?
Oh, I think it helps tremendously. I think as having been a head coach, knowing kind of what I looked for in terms of during the flow of a game, I know when to talk and when to back off. And in the course of a game, like in a huddle during a timeout, you don't want the players to get confused and hear too many voices. It's important to know when to take a step back and then when to step up and throw your 2 cents in.
All right, well, thanks, Coach, for joining us.
Absolutely.
Again, that's Coach Sean Chaffin, the assistant women's basketball coach for Minot State University. You can check them out sometime in the MSU Dome this season. Now we're going to take a look at weather with Halloween coming up tomorrow, Chris.
Yeah.
Is it going to be jacket weather?
Yeah, definitely. There's some strong winds coming in. It's definitely going to need jackets. It's going to be cold, but it's Halloween. It's North Dakota. You're expecting it. But let's take a look at that, shall we? Currently, it is 33. Feels like in 12-mile wind. Humidity is up there. But unfortunately, it is going to be sunrise, sunset, all that good stuff. Next slide, please. It's going to be tonight. It's going to be 30s throughout the state, 29 in Dickinson. It's going to be a cold night. It's going to be a cool fall night. Going to expect it. I'm surprised we don't have snow by now, people. Come on. Tomorrow it's going to be cloudy throughout the state. Some sunshine in Williston and Dickinson, but it's going to be in the low 40s throughout, for the most part in the state. 46 in Williston, 46 warmer on the west side. Friday night, it's going to be in that low 40s again. Nice and cold, but it's Friday, it's Halloween, high winds. Look out, people. If you got a wig, you got a hat, hold on to it. It's going to be in the high 40s, low 50s throughout the state here in North Dakota. It's going to be cloudy with some sunshine, but it's still going to be a nice day. Over here in Fargo-Moorhead, about game time for the Beavers, 1 o'clock, it's going to be about 43 and clear. So it's going to be a nice day for football. And it's going to be, again, upper 40s on Sunday, cloudy with sun. It's going to be nice and chill, normal fall weather. So far, no snow on the horizon, except for Monday. Monday, it's going to be nice and cold with sunshine and 40s throughout the week.
Well, I mean, it's like you said, in North Dakota, it's kind of expected.
I'm just surprised we don't have snow, honestly. But Monday, it's looking like it.
That's all right. I mean, it's going to happen eventually anyway.
Yes.
Thanks, Chris.
The odds are just not in our favor.
No, they're not.
No.
But so with Halloween coming up tomorrow, we have Halloween at the Dome.
Yes,
so we'll
and that starts at 5 and goes till 8. So that'll be a great, safe place for the kids to trick or treat. Lots of candy. That Science Club always wins, so we got to step it up.
Yep, so be sure to come by, check us out at Halloween at the Dome tomorrow. Thanks again for joining us here on MSU Inside Out. Have a great weekend.
See something strange. Come with us and you will see. It's